Good evening. I'm going to stand back a little bit here. This is another episode of Mike McGinnis Expounds, or Spouts Off, so whatever. So anyway, what do you got on there? What am I got? What are you wearing? This is a Fashion Nova kind of a thing I got, hooked on, and then these are some old Levi jeans I have from a while back, so pretty simple tonight, but I'm not not caring about that too much. So anyway, what am I doing tonight? It's going to be kind of a hodgepodge. First of all, let me get this off my chest. Despite Joe Biden's poor performance, in the debate against Donald Trump, how can you debate Donald Trump? I mean, my God, he's a fountain of, wow, man. Anyway, so I was wavering. A lot of people want him to drop out. Nah, I think he should stay. Especially if his wife thinks he should stay, he should stay. She knows him better than anybody, period. That's enough of that. So, and it seems like the asteroid missed us. There was an asteroid heading towards Earth, big as the pyramids, and supposed to pass between the sun and the moon, or the moon and the Earth, and apparently it did, and we're safe for now. That doesn't mean that it can happen again. And apparently there's a volcano simmering out there, so in case, we should just kind of pay attention that the planet is kind of still doing its thing, and then we're adding to it, so that's another story. Well, anyway, tonight, as you know, that I'm kind of the nutty professor, the nutty professor, as I've been called, and so we're going to have a little lesson tonight on kind of just a little philosophy or theology or religion, or that's not necessarily religion or theology, it's more poetry maybe, I don't know. But anyway, one of the ancient, he wrote this 5,000 years ago, Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching, one of my kind of go-to kind of things for a long time anyway. It was the Tao Te Ching, and the Tao means the path in Chinese, means the way that can be named is not the eternal way, so it's just kind of, it's kind of a mixture of poetry and philosophy and his way of thinking with the bow to the emperor, because he didn't want to lose his head. He was the archivist of the emperor, so he wanted to do it. So he finally got fed up with people, and he went out in the desert, or wherever they go, and he wrote this book anyway. So, but one of the things in there, and it's kind of the foundations of Buddhism, I think, and Zen, Zen Buddhism, and he has three little kind of quips. It says the first sin is desire, so that's very Buddhist, it's desire. We try to get rid of desire, but who wants to get rid of desire? I mean, come on, that's especially sexual desire, especially when you're 20 or 30. Man, you're ready to rock and roll, and even later, 40s, 50s, even later. Well, at my age, it's we are at the later point now, my desire. If I can get up and pee at night, then that's a good thing, and we don't go too far beyond that. But I can understand the point. If you have too much desire and it gets out of hand, and people get like enormous. They eat so much food. They get eat this, and if it ain't enough, it ain't enough. So they keep adding on, and it causes all kind of disruption in the world, and too much desire. But you got to have some. Come on, you got to be alive, right? Anyway, that's my thought on that one. Anyway, you said the second. He said that the greatest discontent is see, the greatest sin was desire. I said, I get it. The greatest discontent is discontent. The greatest curse, let's get it right, Mike, get it right. The greatest curse is discontent. So I could attend to that discontent, because I probably had one of the longer midlife crises that lasted, a good 30 years at least, maybe more, but at least good 30 when it finally said enough, and we gave it up. But the fear of the FOMO, fear of missing out, I missed out on everything, and I continued to. But at this point, I don't give a shit. There you go. Maybe there's the answer, right? You just sort of say, okay, whatever, you know. And so it's better now. It's better. I don't have so much discontent. In fact, I'm fairly contented, actually. I get contented cows, you know. This milk comes from contented cows. So, you know, overall, you know, so that's been good, you know. So that, you know, as you get older, because I am, you know, 81, Biden's age, my God's sake, you know. He's got more drive than I have, you know. But I'm still working, Anyway, the last one. So we get on to the last one. The last one says the greatest misfortune, I'll get this right, the greatest misfortune, this is heavy duty, is to want something for yourself. Really? I mean, well, you need something, you know, you need food, shelter, water, you know, companionship, maybe a social, you know, you need some things just to live. But everyone wants stuff, you know. I got a lot of stuff, you know. I like stuff, you know, especially clothes, obviously. You know, I'm an impulsive buyer. I just buy things. I like that, buy it, you know, if I can. You know, sometimes I have to discipline myself. Now, you must not buy that now. You know, so I try to do that, and then I go on this verge, and I go crazy, you know. But you know how that goes, you know. So maybe I have a problem. They say you have a problem. And I'm hoping that, you know, actually this is another thing. I'm hoping that as we progress in this endeavor, whatever we're doing here, and that people will say, well, you know, when I crossed over the line, that I maybe, you know, we're not dealing here anymore. There's a little, you know, cognitive decline coming in there. We better kind of watch it. So you know, just to say, you know, I appreciate the feedback. But anyway, I think I've covered things tonight. There's more. I can talk about whatever's, but I think I've done enough for tonight. So I'm going to bid you until next time. Peace.